What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Thursday Top Baits Live for Lake Fork Bass Fishing, and as well as the other lakes in the area. Hey man, check it out. We got some new lids over there. 6 Cents just continues to drop that fire, son. Or it's like something I heard my kid say the other day or something, I don't know. That is Lake Fork right there. Look at that, folks. That is the Lake Fork outline with the 6 Cents patch on my preferred tri-color camo hat there. I like these camo hats like this. I wear them all the time. You guys that watch the channel probably already know that. But they've got a new Lake Fork hat over there at 6centsfishing.com. Here's another one that I put together that I'm a really big fan of. This is one that I actually asked them to make for me. The white camo, the snow camo, with a little bit of American, a little bit of hashtag America on it right there. Y'all see that? See? I like this one too. So, a couple new lids you guys can go find at 6centsfishing.com. And when you do, if you go order those, or some of the 6 Cents baits we'll probably mention, I'm sure there's a couple 6 Cents baits we'll talk about tonight in our Top Baits live stream. And if you order those, go to 6centsfishing.com, punch in the code your Lake Fork guide on the checkout screen, get a 10% discount. Appreciate it. Look at it. Well, we got a bunch of folks dropping in, man. Y'all are awesome. I like the white hat. I like the white hat too. This is my deal. I actually designed, I mean, the hat was already there, but I asked them to put that flag patch on it. I really dig this one. I think this one's super cool. But you know what? I'm wearing green, so I figured I'd wear the camo to match them. I'm trying to be redneck bougie up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, this little redneck bougie. That's how we do it. Need info on tournament registration. So for our Fish Life Forever Grateful tournament, we've got a tournament coming up that's going to benefit 22 Kill, which is a great military-oriented nonprofit. That is actually a week from tomorrow. Registration is a week from tomorrow. Email info@fishlife.net. Info@fishlife.net. Email that email. Send an email saying you want more information about the tournament, and you'll get more information about the tournament. My boy Zach Watts is actually running that email, and he will take care of you on that. We got Dwayne Finney in the house. We got Bass Raider, Fish on DFW. Jaws Mod, Fishing the Lone Star. What's up, dog? Cole Zach, Fishing Midwest. Jerry Dean Jr., Chase Clark, Cole Zach Bass, and Tom G. Case and gave you Big John's Life. Ronnie Green, JD Adden, Blake Horton, David Droy, John Dendy, Jerry Carson, Kevin Jones, Bryant White. Shout out to you and anybody that I missed on that list right there, man. I appreciate you guys joining us like y'all do every Thursday night. We come in here and talk about the best baits going into the weekend and try to get you guys prepared to hopefully have some success any way we can. Now, let's start talking about fishing. Hold on, before we do that, camo is the new black. Wait, I might not be able to say that because, oh golly, camo's the new black. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I know like everybody wears these camo hats now, but if you'll look back in the annals of your Lake Fork Guide history, you'll clearly see that like this is my trend. This hat, this camo, that's my trend. Like I was the first homie rocking the old camo black back hat. And to be honest with you, I've been wearing a lot more camo. And you guys know I wear like camo because y'all see like my camo shorts and my camo flip-flops sometimes and my camo Crocs back in the day. Like I've been kicking the camo trend, like wearing it as everyday clothing, not just for hunting, since like way before it was cool. Now all of a sudden it's cool to wear camo. Like, I'm not trying to like high side y'all, but I'm pretty sure everybody's just trying to bite off my style. Your Lake Fork guide, fashionista extraordinaire. All right, let's talk about the best baits. Now, let's talk about the fishing. Today was the most difficult fishing day I've had in a long time. And I've had a couple stinkers here lately. You know, like last week especially kind of floored me because like it was really good all week, Monday through Thursday, and then Friday we caught like 4 or 5 fish. I can't remember. It was not a lot of fish. We didn't catch any big ones, and so it was a stinker. You know, it was a tough day. Today was even tougher than that. Today was just weird. It was super cloudy and hazy. The water temps have plummeted. The water temps this morning, at like 8 o'clock this morning, the water temps on Lake Fork were 77 degrees. A lot of the water never like maybe barely got out of the 70s today, like 80, 81. Like, boys, it's July almost, and we've got water temps in the 70s. It's just strange. And I don't know if I'm not making the right adjustments or I missed something, but boy, I mean, we struggled our butts off today. We didn't get hardly any bites. luckily I got the same people tomorrow, same customers tomorrow, so hopefully we can redeem ourselves a little bit, you know. It's been weird. It's been a weird week this week. That being said, I'm going to give you my top 5 baits. I'm not going to tell you that your top 5 baits might not be actually better than mine this week, because we have not just worn them out. And today was the toughest day I've had in quite a while. So we didn't zero though. We didn't zero. So I got that going for me, right? All right. Let's dig into it. As far as the game plan goes, man, I'm going to really kind of play it by ear. Tomorrow I'll actually probably go start with a frog just to do something different. I didn't put a frog in the top 5 baits tonight. Probably should have carried a frog here. Tomorrow morning I will start with a hollow-bodied frog around some lily pads and scattered vegetation, just to try something. You know, I'm kind of at that point after a day like today. It's like, okay, reset, start over. Let's start from the beginning and get it going. So we're going to start with a frog in the morning, okay? And then we'll also throw a chatterbait up there, and here's the chatterbait I've been throwing. 3/8 ounce white chatterbait, paddle tail trailer. Okay. The other thing that I will throw up shallow, like if I miss one on a frog, or if I have a short strike on the chatterbait, or it's just super calm and I'm not getting any bites, I'll resort to the Wacky Worm. That's the Divine 6-inch Divine 6.3-inch worm, and that is in watermelon blue. I got a half a nail weight in the head, and I got a Gamakatsu finesse wide gap weedless hook for the wacky hook. So that's kind of the baits that I'm using shallow. Now, I got one special bait that I'm going to save to the end. Offshore, the dragging baits are best. Carolina rig with a fluke style bait. I'm using the impact shad, but Carolina rig fluke style bait is really effective offshore. But big perm will still get you a bite. And also the finesse shaky head, both shaky heads. I guess we can just start calling this is the Divine shaky head worm 6.3 on the shaky head. Now I guess we can just start calling this one little perm. So we got big perm, now we got little perm. I think we should make that official. Nobody besides us is going to know what little perm is, but we're going to start calling that Divine shaky head worm little perm. If y'all are down, drop it in the comments. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. We're going to rock that little perm. So the shaky heads, both size shaky heads, have been a good bait that you can kind of count on to grind out some bites. And y'all saw, like on the video this week, what that little shaky head did last week when I filmed. Like, it's been getting bites. Now this week's been kind of wonky. Here's a bait I'm going to tell you guys about. Now this is a bait that I haven't been throwing much, but I'm going to start throwing it more. And I threw it some today. I threw it for a little while today. And I did get some bites on it. This is the Joe Spates flutter spoon, but this is the grass spoon, okay? It's the grass spoon. So this is a little bit different than what you're used to seeing on a flutter spoon. It's a much smaller flutter spoon, and it's got one single mylar lined hook. It's not a treble hook. What this spoon is, and I actually had a hand in helping Joe design this spoon as far as getting the right size and the right hook size and all that. This spoon rips out of grass real easy. So I've got a little bit of deeper grass in a couple areas on Fort. Some grass in 5, 6, 7, 8 foot of water. Hydrilla and coontail. When you get that situation on that deeper grass edge, this spoon, you can throw it down in there and rip it out like you rip a rattle trap or something out of the grass. But it's a flutter spoon in the grass. Those fish that live in grass just don't ever see a flutter spoon. So get you a little flutter spoon, take your treble hook off of it, and put a little single hook on there, and fish a flutter spoon in grass, guys. It's actually, my personal best was caught on this exact little grass flutter spoon. So it's kind of a little sneaky technique. We don't do a whole lot, but when things are tough and they're not biting the normal stuff, sometimes you can get some really, and it gets some really big bites. We have one button up that came off today that felt real big. He wasn't on very long. I don't really know. I can't say, but for the time I had him on, he felt really big. No telling. No telling. Could have just been a super hopped up small guy. I don't know. But that's the baits I'm gonna have ready to go. I'm gonna have all those baits I just showed you plus a frog ready to go tomorrow, and we're going to punt, start over, hit the reset button, and see if we can't put something together tomorrow. Really try to not fish history, not fish recent history. So for me, when things kind of fall off the wagon a little bit, and you lose your mojo, and you've been catching them or something, and then you're not catching them for a couple days, you really got to work really hard to not think about what you caught them on a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever. You've really got to just, okay, scratch everything. Let's start over. Let's read the conditions. Let's read the water. Let's use our knowledge that we've gained over the years to really try and act like this is a brand new body of water and you're going to break it down for the first time. That's a very difficult thing to do. As often when you, like me, I fish these lakes every day. You know, I fish them so much over thousands of days at this point. I fish these lakes. It's really hard to not think about history and fish history, but when you struggle, you have to. Like, you have to get to a point where you just, it's like the first time you've seen the water, you got to break it down and use your knowledge and your instincts that have served you well in the past to figure it out from scratch. So that's what we're going to try to do tomorrow. What color's on Little Perm? You know, that's a watermelon red on there. Man, green anything's fine. Well, I've been using watermelon blue a lot as well. How fast do I fish the chatterbait and how deep? That's a good question. I'm actually in that deeper grass has been my best chatterbait area, and I'm fishing it pretty slow. Trying to get it down. Really, what I need to do is change that thing out. I normally do this. I haven't done it. I need to change that chatterbait to a half-ounce chatterbait to get it down deeper in that grass is what I need to do. But I'm fishing it pretty slow right now. As long as the blade's still vibrating, I'm good. The main thing with the chatterbait is I'm always slowing it down until I tick some grass and then popping it out and then slowing it back down until I tick grass and then popping it out. I just make sure the blade keeps vibrating. Vance Miller likes the hat. Yeah. Oh, these hats, I thought they were on the website. Maybe they're not on the website yet. They should be on the website pretty soon. Is Brandy Branch still clear, and is it fishing good? I personally haven't been to Brandy Branch in a little while. Brandy Branch is always really, really clear. It's one of the clearest lakes in all of East Texas. Always is. And it usually fishes really good. You know, maybe I need to go there on a filming day or something and go fish it. I haven't been there in a while. So I'm going to go check that out. Do I think all the thunderstorms as of late will help the big bite? You know, we'll just have to see. All that cloud cover didn't help me today. I know that. I don't know, maybe I just stunk today. That is entirely possible that I just laid an egg today. Jake Morgan said he figured a little something out dragging that wobblehead around the points covered in timber. Caught an 8.5 and a 7 today. That is awesome, man. That's really cool. Congratulations. That's two really good fish, especially this time of year. Yeah, that wobblehead could easily be in our top baits this week. You know, the Carolina rig, the wobblehead, the shaky heads, all those dragging baits can be effective right now. Are the bass grouped up for spoon fishing? They certainly weren't today with all that cloud cover we had for the majority of the day. They were definitely not grouped. I would not say they were grouped up today offshore at all, which is one of the things that made it tough. You couldn't really find groups of fish offshore today. Come fish OH Ivy sometime. I would love to. I would love to go out and fish OH Ivy. That's one. Oh, there's another one out there that I'm not thinking of that I want to fish real bad too, but I would love to go fish OH Ivy. Bringing my son to Mother Fork, 4th of July. You want to come support the 22 Kill festivities. Where are the festivities? At Lake Fork Marina. Lake Fork Marina. So let's talk about that for a second. So Lake Fork Marina, a week from tomorrow, Friday night, 6 p.m., we will have a free seminar at 6 p.m. at Lake Fork Marina out there under the pavilion. We're also going to have registration set up. Registration will open as soon as the seminar is over. We'll have everything set up there ready to go. We will operate registration until everybody's done, or until at least 9 p.m. that night. But as long as people keep coming in, we'll stay there. Registration will reopen the following morning, I believe at 5 a.m. is when we're opening registration the next morning. So if you want to come hang out with us, the weigh-in will the weigh-in stuff will get started around 3:30 on Saturday. We'll be there for a while at the weigh-in trailer. We'll have an auction. We'll have some stuff going on there at the weigh-in. So if you want to come hang out with us at the weigh-in, that'll be at starting around 3 p.m. on Saturday. It'll all be at Lake Fork Marina. All the events, festivities for this will be at Lake Fork Marina. You can come out there, hang out with us, chill out, go fish for a little bit, hang out, get a good meal at Tiffany's. Go watch the fireworks on Lake Fork Saturday night. Launch your boat, go hang out in the middle of the pond, maybe get you a drink or whatever you do your thing, and sit out there and watch fireworks. It'll be awesome. And then Sunday morning we're going to have the guides tournament. So. Somebody's talking about wanting to pre-register. Any questions you have about pre-registration or registering, you can email us at info@fishlife.net. Have you found your favorite Waterland sunglasses? Man, I'm waiting on some other frames. I got to get some other frames. I've only used one of the frames so far, so before I tell you what my favorite is, I want to make sure I use the other one first. I'm definitely fishing tournament, but we can register that morning. Yeah, we will have registration open before tournament hours Saturday morning. Absolutely. Big Pyre, what's up, Grant Shannon? Appreciate it. Appreciate you joining us. Any thermocline yet? Is there a general main lake depth that has been best? There was. Not now, though. Man, this cool down's monkeyed everything up, right? So it's changed all of that. And this water cooling down is really going to push back that thermocline setting in as well. So. John Dendy says, my wife and I are doing our gender reveal to ourselves via fireworks at Fork on the 4th. Will be a great day. That is awesome. First of all, John Dendy, congratulations, my brother, on being a soon-to-be father, or maybe another time, again, father. That's awesome. Congratulations. Nothing better than that in life. Yeah, that's a great way to do a gender reveal party. Fireworks at Lake Fork. That's awesome. Alan Henry? Yes, Alan Henry. Yes. It's another West Texas lake there. I need to take me a little time some year and make a little jaunt around West Texas and go over there and hit O.H. Ivy and hit Allen Henry and Hubbard Creek, and just kind of make that run through all them lakes out there. Amistad, I would love to do that, man. Those lakes are always all those kind of. It's not desert, but dry territory, deserty kind of climate lakes are always so beautiful, man. They're just awesome lakes to be on. Spot remover or plain white for the chatterbait? Is that colors? My chatterbait's that it's I don't know what the number's called, but it's like a gray shad on the top and white with some glimmering flake stuff on the bottom. It's just a shad color. It's not white. Second child for John Denny. That's awesome. What rod do you use for walking baits? Well, it depends on the size of it. Because some of these walking baits are really big, and some of them are not so big. On the really big walking baits, I use a 7.3 heavy with 30-pound braid. On the smaller walking baits, like this one right here that I just got in, this is a catwalk, the new catwalk for 6-inch fishing. This sucker is awesome. I've got some in the boat. This thing is awesome. This I actually use a 6.9 medium and 12-pound mono on this bait and on poppers. Alan Henry spit out some big fish this year. Alan Henry spit out some giant fish for the last 2 or 3 years, really. And yeah, it has done it this year as well, Tim. You're right. That's my boy Timmy Rhodes, the old tournament partner. The PIC, as we say. Clearwater Shad. That's the name of my chatterbait. The color name of my chatterbait is Clearwater Shad. What color frog? Thank y'all for that, by the way. Those guys that commented that. What color frog are you thinking for this weekend, man? I think in the summertime they start to kind of on Lake Fork specifically. The fish that I'm fishing for in the backs of creeks are really focused on gizzard shad, and so I tend to use a lot of white. But I mean, god dang, color is such a weird deal to me. It doesn't really matter a lot of times, but then sometimes it does matter, and sometimes there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to it. Like, color selection is probably, to me, the most random and mysterious part of figuring out how to bass fish. I try not to overthink it. I try to go with stuff I have confidence in. I like throwing a white frog. Not a white frog, but like a natural shad-colored frog in the summertime. I shouldn't say white, not white. A natural shad-colored frog in the summertime, something grayish, silverish, white and chartreuse. Something like that is what I like to throw this time of year. And I do like to throw yellow belly. The yellow belly with the green top, I like to throw that one. What maps do I use in my graphs and how often they need to be updated? I'm talking SD card. So I actually had this conversation with my customer today. He was asking me about my map card. I don't put a map card in there anymore. I haven't put a map card in my boat all year. I got the boat at the end of February. The new C maps, the base map on that's pretty good. It's a lot better than the base map used to be. That comes in my Lowrance live units. But the bottom line is, I'm fishing a bunch of structure that I've fished 1,000 times every day. Like I've fished all these lakes so much, like I know where the structure is. You know what I mean? Like I know where it is. So I don't really need, I don't think I fished anything that was overwhelmingly new to me on Lake Fork structure-wise in quite some time. If I was gonna buy a map card for Lowrance live units, it'd probably be Navionics. I have a card that I used to like to use called Legends of Lake Fork. It was a Lake Fork specific card, really expensive for a one lake card. It's like $130 or $140, something like that. But it was cool because it had pre-impoundment satellite imagery on it. I can't see on any other map card, and I really liked that one. And it worked on my carbons and my Gen 3s and all that stuff. But that card is not compatible with the lives. I could probably reformat it and make it compatible. I haven't dug into that. But again, it's a map that I've looked at so many times that for me it's not really that of an important deal. But for you guys it certainly is. And Navionics is great. There's nothing wrong with Navionics by any means. The new C-Maps is really cool. And if you want to take the time to get them updated and stuff like they do, the new C-Maps is really cool what you can do with it, for sure. Somebody was asking about, is your Lowrance HDS Live that much better than your Gen 3? Can you adjust to where it's as crisp or crisper of an image as the Humminbird? Here's what I'm going to say. For, the standard knowledge is that Lowrance has much better 2D sonar. The graph as a whole is much easier to function. Its ease of use is a big advantage for Lowrance. And Humminbirds kind of become known as having the better side imaging. These live units have thoroughly impressed me. The side imaging quality on these live units, very, very, very good. I haven't run a Humminbird in my boat in years. I've been in boats with Humminbirds and I've seen them. I can tell you, the side imaging that I've seen on Humminbirds is not any better than the side imaging on live. Now, I mean, that side imaging on the live unit has definitely improved from Gen 3s and carbons for that matter. I've been really, really impressed with I mean, if you tell me that Lowrance has got as good a side imaging as Humminbird, I still get the advantage of 2D sonar and ease of use. Like, there is no reason for me to ever want a Humminbird. My personal opinion, the Lowrance is a better unit. Listen, I'm in a situation, look, man, I work with Skeeter, right? Like, they put Humminbirds on everything. I go out of my way to make sure I have Lowrance. So, I mean, that should tell you something. Ben Shove's in the house. He said he's tardy to the party. what plastic on the wobble head and Carolina rig? On the Carolina rig, I'm throwing an impact shad. I've actually got one sitting right here. It's a Mark Pack M-PACK Pack shad, and like a watermelon red color. On the wobble head, I don't have one sitting here, but I might have a stroke. Okay, this is a little Texas rig, but this is the plastic I'm using on it, and this is a stroker crawl. Now I'm throwing it in watermelon red, pretty much, for the most part on that wobble head, but that stroker crawl is the bait that I'm using. That's a 6-cent stroker crawl. That's what I'm using on wobble head. What's the 6 cents discount code of 6centsfishing.com? Your Lake Fork Guide is the discount code, and we appreciate that very much. Thank you. Went to Lake Amistad 2 weeks ago. If you can find grass, you can find a bass. And what kind of... yeah, if you can find a healthy grass, you can find a healthy bass. That kind of goes for any lake you ever go to, like ever. Like that's kind of what I live my life by. Do you throw those black magic cranks for nighttime fishing in summer? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, those black magic colored crankbaits are really good if you're a night fisherman. Yeah. Yeah, I don't fish not a whole lot anymore, but like Zach Watts, my buddy, he will, and he loves that black crankbait at night, and I have thrown them at night. They do work. Yeah, absolutely. Side note, surprise, little off-the-wall deal here, but those black magic cranks work during the daytime too sometimes. Sometimes doing it with something a little different, have a black crankbait with blue stripes on it, like black and blue is a good color for a reason in the bass fishing world, and they'll bite a black and blue crankbait too, like even during the daytime. They don't sleep on throwing them during the daytime sometimes. Do I use the live site often fishing out deep? Not as often as I would like to. Here's the deal. I've been fishing too much. I've had a super, my off the water life has been just an absolute chaos this year. I mean, chaos. So I haven't had some of the time to do some things that I would want to, as I'm sure a lot of people has with everything that's gone on this year, right? So, but my live site came mounted on my trolling motor shaft. I need it to be mounted on something I can turn independently of the trolling motor. There's a bracket that I can order, but I haven't ordered it. I haven't gotten around to ordering it. And I've got to get somebody to install it when I do order it. That's probably the reason I haven't really ordered it. But I need that to be able to really use that live site to its capabilities. Now, I have tried to position downwind of the fish where it would point the right direction and use that. And it's very cool. You can see your bait on it. You can see balls of shad. You can see individual fish. I will tell you, well, I've got to be really careful what I say because I'm on the Little Ranch team. That's my answer. Sometimes when you guys ask questions about sponsored baits versus other baits, and I may not answer some of those questions, I can't. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll never lie to you. I'll tell you what I use and why it's good and what's good about it, but I'm not going to tell you that something I'm sponsored by is bad. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it is good if it isn't. Hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying. How fast am I retrieving the wobble head? You know, the only thing I really know to tell you to gauge it by on these dragging baits and how fast to fish it is the bumps that you feel on the bottom. When you get on that good crunchy clay gravel shell hard spot, you'll feel like bump, bump, bump. That's how I fish a shaky head, real slow, one bump at a time. Bump, bump, bump. When I'm fishing the wobble head, I want to go bump, 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 bump. Like I want it to kind of scoot across there and wiggle, you know, just trying to make that thing kind of wobble, make that bait wiggle behind that wobble head. Wiggle wobble. Wobble baby, wobble baby. Oh, never mind. Squirrel! Alright. Is Martin's Super Maps any good? Martin's Maps? Yeah, you know, it's a good study tool, the Martin's Super Maps. You know, it depends on your existing knowledge of the lake, how valuable it is. I also think that that's a case where sometimes we're kind of overthinking things a little bit. But the Martin's Super Maps has a ton of like really good information on it. A lot of it's stuff that, through over the years that I've kind of found out I kind of already know about. And listen, I've got a Martin's Map book right in the, like, I would have to dig for it because it's over here buried under something like that. I've got an old Martin's Map book in here. When I was learning Lake Fork, I studied that thing, studied it. So yeah, the Martin's Maps is a very good product, a very good item, especially if you're new to the lake and trying to educate yourself about Lake Fork. It's a really interesting concept where, essentially that's why I like that old map card I had so much, because I actually had something. I didn't have stuff labeled or things pointed out and highlighted with GPS coordinates, but I had that pre-impoundment satellite imagery downloaded on my graph with that old Legends of Lake Fork card. I was really sad and upset that it wasn't compatible with these live units when I got them. That was very disappointing. Is my shaky head a tungsten head? No, I'm using the 6 Sense Divine shaky head. It's not tungsten. Yeah, here's a good one. Do you pay attention to the annual Bassmaster Top 100 Lakes? Where should Fork be ranked this year? Sturgeon Bay will probably be number 1, by the way. Let me tell you a little top secret about that Top 100 list on Bassmaster. That Bassmaster Top 100 Lakes list. They always favor, now they can't just be overly blatantly obvious, but they always favor the lakes they're going to fish on BASS, either at Opens or Elite Series or whatever. BASS events, lakes that are holding BASS events will get ranked higher than they should every time. Every time. They had a Bassmaster Open on Lake Belton a couple years ago, and they ranked it above Lake Fork. And Lake Fork was fishing incredible. Like, you guys saw how Lake Fork was fishing. Y'all remember the videos we put out 2 years ago? It was like 7-8 pounders every time we turned the camera on. Yeah, that Bassmaster Top 100 list, there's some politicking that goes on there, just so you know. Big time. Big time. Big time. Isn't it funny how when Mill Locks got ranked so high, was it number 1 overall? It was really, really high. Well, that was the 1 year that they fished Mill Locks on the Elite Series. Incredible. Never ranked that high before, never ranked that high after. But the 1 year they fished the Elite Series on it, Mill Locks got ranked super high on the list before they went and fished it, so that people could get excited about it. A little bit of politicking goes on there. Where would a never been to Fork guy find the grass this time of year? Just the northern end of anything. The far northern corners of both arms, the far northern ends of the creeks. Just go to the back. Go to the back. And also, if you want to, download the Fish Life app, subscribe to the Lake Fork Premium package, and we always have updated spots on there that show you grass areas and deep water offshore areas that are fishing good at that time as well. So that's the best deal. I mean, if you're coming to Lake Fork for the first time, you definitely should pay $20 and subscribe to the Fish Life app. And then cancel it when you leave. If you're not coming back, you can cancel it. So if you're just down here for a short time or whatever, you can subscribe, pay $20, get all the spots that are, 20 spots that are fishing good right now on Lake Fork, grass and deep this time of year. And then if you're leaving and you're not coming back to Lake Fork, you can cancel. Or if you are coming back to Lake Fork, you can stay subscribed and you'll get fresh updates every single month. So that's the easiest way to find the grass. And Fish Life is spelled with a Y, by the way, L-Y-F-E. So, all right, guys, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Sorry I was a little late tonight. Really appreciate you guys joining us. And Lake Fork is the best big bass lake, period, point blank, and that's all that matters, catching. But yeah, as far as big bass go, there's a whole lot of data that makes it really hard to argue against Lake Fork. That's just the truth of the matter. You're right, man. Hey, thank you guys so much. I hope to see each and every one of you, or as many of you as I can, 1 week from tomorrow out there. Friday night, registration, Fish Life, Forever Grateful tournament going on. We're going to donate some money to 22 Kill, a great military-oriented nonprofit. Can't thank you guys enough. Y'all are the only reason that I have the ability to put on a tournament that's going to help a cause that I care about. I couldn't do anything in my life that I give a crap about without what y'all have done for me over the last few years. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will continue to help you as much as I can. I will try to represent what we believe in the best way possible for you guys and do the right thing. Really appreciate it, man. You guys have a great night, and y'all go catch some fish this weekend. We'll see you next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide.